Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this video we're going to be looking at the NECA display from San Diego Comic-Con. First thing we're going to look at is the quarter scale Christopher Reeve Superman. Now, I'm not a huge Superman fan or Christopher Reeve, but this thing looks pretty good. It looks fairly accurate, and I think they did a good job with the sculpting to make it look like he's actually wearing that tight spandex outfit. Even though it's not cloth, it actually does kind of look like it, so they did a pretty good job, and the face likeness is pretty good also. Next up is the quarter scale Batman Returns Penguin. Another character movie that I'm not particularly fond of, but the figure is absolutely fantastic. The likeness is great. Here we have a quarter scale Xenomorph from one of the earlier movies. Nothing I'm familiar with. You guys know more than I do, so I'll leave it at that. Here we have a quarter scale Predator, which looks great. I absolutely love the Predator design, and I think they knocked it out of the park with this one. Looks really, really good, and I'm sure you Predator guys will be psyched for that. Here we have the Batman from the Nolan universe. This is the first one, the first suit that he had, and it's not a finished product. There are some things that are just in place to be there, but it looks pretty darn good, and I'm kind of excited for it. And I don't even like the Nolan universe, so it's kind of cool. And here we have the Arkham Knight Batman, which looks really, really good. I'm a little bit worried about the head being a little bit too low on the neck, but I think that might just be the pose. Everything else looks just super duper good. Really psyched for this. Makes the Player Arts Kai figure look like poop. This one's awesome. Really, really psyched. I can't wait to get this guy. I should be reviewing it fairly soon, within the next month or so. Probably a little bit closer to like 2 weeks, hopefully. So keep an eye out for that. Next up is the quarter scale Hulk. We're finally getting to see it. It's just the prototype at this point, but it's so big, it's massive, it's chock full of detail. It looks wonderful, absolutely great. Looks like the articulation is going to be pretty darn good. You can see next to Iron Man there, that's another quarter scale, and he just towers over him. So it's going to be a huge figure. It's going to be so nice. I can't wait to see this guy once he's painted up. It's going to be a great piece to add to the collection. I'm really pumped for this one. I think everybody that saw it was equally impressed. And here's that quarter scale Iron Man I was talking about. This is the Mark 43. Looks pretty good. It looks like they fixed a lot of the problems that they had with the earlier quarter scale Iron Man figures, so that's definitely a good thing. Assuming they have the articulation set up to work properly, the proportions and everything look good with this guy, so he should be able to get into some pretty decent poses. Here we have the quarter scale Master Chief, which we've already seen before, but I just wanted to show you again because if you don't have it, you need to get it. It's a really, really great figure. Very, very nice, very well done. And this is the Needler, which is a 1-to-1 scale prop replica with some light up parts and some moving parts. It's absolutely massive, but it does look really good. So for all of you Halo fans out there, this is one that you probably want to add to the collection. It just looks really good. Again, it's really huge, so I don't know what you're going to do with it, but it does look pretty darn awesome. And this is a DOT approved motorcycle helmet for Master Chief. Again, really, really awesome. It's not necessarily the kind of thing that everybody's just going to go pick up and buy because it's going to cost between $300 and $500. Again, it's a fully functional motorcycle helmet, but it looks really cool, and it's a Master Chief helmet, so it does have that going for it. Here we have the repainted and slightly retooled Alien Queen to be read for, I guess it's a comic run where they had that, but it looks really good. Really nice looking piece. NECA tends to have really nice looking pieces. Here's a Toys R Us exclusive 2-pack for the Aliens and Predators. Again, you guys know more about Aliens and Predators than I do, so I won't just ramble about that. This guy looks like another Arnold. Honestly, I don't know if it's a new figure or an old one, but I figured I'd show you guys so that you can decide for yourself since you know more about it than I do. Here we have Ripley and the other features, I guess, if you want to call the eggs and the robot guy. The Series 5 figures coming out in August. That's very soon. And here we have Series 6 coming out soon after that. Just more characters from the Aliens movies, which again, I don't know much about. So that's on you guys, unfortunately. I do know that this is the power loader though with Ripley inside, and that you guys should be excited for it because it looks pretty darn cool. It'd definitely be a nice display piece, so be on the lookout for that. Here's another one, don't know anything about, so looks cool, that's all I can say. And here we have one of the Predators from the Alien vs. Predator movies, which I'm pretty sure they don't really like making figures of, but these are my favorite designs. Personally, they're a little bit bulkier, a little beefier, and they just look really cool. So we're going to get 3 Predators from that, it looks like. You saw the first one, here's the second one with the full face mask and a couple of different details. Then we have this one with a completely different set of armor, which looks really cool. I'm psyched for this one with the 2 blades on each arm. Just really nice looking figure. This is the new Terminator from the Terminator 2 movie, which is easily the best Terminator movie that I've ever seen, and the figure looks really good with some alternate heads and some really great details. This is T-1000 from the same movie, also kind of a classic character, definitely a staple in the Terminator franchise, so this is one to pick up for sure. This is from the new movie, the new type of T-1000 with the older looking Arnold, which is pretty cool. I might be reviewing these guys actually, so stay tuned for that. This is another version of the older looking Arnold from the new movie. Again, the details look great. I hope the movie does well enough to warrant enough sales of these guys, but the figures do look awesome. And this is Sarah Connor from the second movie, and she looks absolutely perfect. All the alternate heads and the face detail and everything, she looks really, really good. These guys are from Interstellar, and then you can see a Jason and some other guy over there. Just some odds and ends. NECA has a pretty wide line of figures, so for those of you that are collecting these things, these are for you. And here's another example. We have the Home Alone line. It's not something that I'm going to be collecting, but they did a really good job with it. It looks cool, so if you're into that, then there you go. And here's another popular line from NECA, which is the Pacific Rim figures. We have some new ones to show, and this is just kind of like an overview, so you can see all of them up against each other. This is a new kaiju figure that just looks really good. They haven't made this guy before, and the details and articulation, everything, it's pretty impressive. These guys look really nice. You can't beat them. NECA is just knocking these figures out of the park. The paint apps, the sculpt, everything looks so good. And here's Gypsy Danger with the rocket punch thing going on. Some really nice paint details there, and you get an alternate hand, so that's kind of cool. Can't really beat that, alternate parts. And here we have Striker Eureka with the chest missiles coming out, which looks really fantastic. So that's a nice one to add to the collection for sure. This is the retro or classic looking Godzillas. I don't know a whole lot about the old Godzilla stuff or these particular figures, so those of you that collect those, you can let me know. And same thing goes for the Gremlins. I know maybe, yeah, it was from Gremlins 2, but I don't know how prominent the winged one was, so again, that's on you guys. Here we have Heroes of the Storm, which is just basically a game with a bunch of different games characters in it, so they kind of have a license to make a bunch of different characters all for one license, which is really cool. This is the lady from StarCraft, I believe, which really nice paint details, really sharp looking figure. I'm kind of excited to get that one. Nice shelf appeal. Here is Tyrael from Diablo 3, maybe the other Diablos, I don't know, I haven't played them, but he looks awesome. The figure there was oversized because he was a proto, but still looks really cool. And this guy, I think he's an elf guy from Warcraft, but really nice looking figure. I'm kind of excited to get that guy also. This guy may be from Warcraft, I don't know who that is, but he looks awesome, so I can't really complain. For those of you that do know who he is, be happy because he looks really good. And here we just have Rocky, and then like the video game Rambo and a Gremlin. NECA is doing a pretty good job with these video game looking figures, so I don't doubt that they're going to continue. You can see here we have Godzilla and Leatherface and another Friday or Jason figure from Friday the 13th. So if you guys are into that stuff, they're making more, and they look pretty good. We have props from the Arkham games. We have the Batarang and the grapnel gun. Those look awesome. They look just like they do in the game, only they're full size. What's to complain about there? I don't know much about these at all, but here's Leatherface. Again, great details, not my thing. If it's your thing, be happy because they do look really good. And this one's a Nightmare on Elm Street Freddy figure, Freddy Krueger. Why he's showing off his stomach, I don't know, but if you like it, they did a good job with it. And then same thing with this guy. Again, they did a really good job, so can't complain. If you're into that, they're making good stuff for you. And the last one is just a prototype of Jason with some kind of spear. So I don't know what's up with that, but there you have it. So there it is, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can see my upcoming figure reviews, custom figures, and other good stuff. And in the meantime, keep collecting.